Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the right side is the blue French, we got Faye-chan. Spawn on the left side is the magenta English, or purple English, we got JIF music. Some gold there. Will we see the Chamber of Commerce for the French? Very likely not. Will we see the Abbey Kings from the English? Very likely. Let's see now, this is a 4,000 gold deposit. Standard stone deposit. This map has a lot of gold up north with 3 large gold deposits. Looks like this one spawned per blue side of the map. Not a huge issue. There's a handful of fish deposit center. I have seen occasionally where somebody goes for a dock and collect up the fishes through fishing boats. Probably a good idea not to go for too many of those though. Number of deer here. The other deer deposit way up north. There's a good number of small gold deposits and large gold deposits up north. So it tends to big conflicts of fight around here. Seems like in most games. We do see the council hall by the English player, which is simply is a ×2 bear archery range. Oh, this landmark had a buff last time I checked. Longbowmen reduced from this landmark are 5% cheaper. Reduced from this landmark, so it does not affect all of them, just this one. And 5% is not a big deal. It's probably a small minor buff to get a bit more in play. I say that's a reasonable buff. It's a pretty weak, but probably would be very nice, help support out that sort of place out. It'll also allow you to focus more on barracks as well than going for other archer ranges, but still. I wonder if the upgrades are slightly cheaper as well. Guess we're gonna wait and see. This one is going for School of Cavalry. I'm assuming that's still nice the same, where yeah, production all stables produce 20% faster. Upgrades still appear to be the same. I just realized you can get just longbow is slightly cheaper. You do have now secondary towns that are being pulled up by magenta. Blue is actually cleaning up gold or stone as well, so I'm for another town center as well. An early English or Royal Knight now deployed in the field. Nobody on the gold deposits, so that should be pretty safe. Secondary towns that are built, going for basic round of walls there. Looks like the Royal Knight's backing on off. Looks like these villagers heading towards maybe the deer deposit. Let's see where. Looks like I'm gonna be building another town center next to the gold deposit. Very reasonable. Does scare away the scout there. May actually spot it. We do have down deer there, and it does spot the secondary towns that are being built. Kills off a couple deer there, but it's not too big of a distance. Just tries to kill off that deer so it doesn't get scared away. Very reasonable. And now we do have some longbowmen being established now, as well as a barracks to get out some early man-at-arms. One of the best units in the entire game. You have a wheelbarrow research. The English player's gone for no research at the moment. Going for a healthy number of longbowmans. We got a mill, some farms going on up. English player's going to go for the turtling game. French player is also doing the same thing as well. Could have gone for Chamber of Commerce with the pacing of this game so far. Knight and Scout moving around. These units starting to fall back now. Going for some more Hardened Spirit. Has not researched the early man-at-arms upgrade just yet. More walls being established. Scout being pursued by the Knight and Scout. Of course, the Scout does pull an axe like a madman. You should really run away from him. Villager just need ghost, does ghost a bit of walls there. Does take some hits there. Scout does do bonus damage for the Scouts. Does torture that wall there, doing minor economic damage. Slowly backing on off. Trying to go for a charge there. Got some spearmen. The Scout actually may be saved. And Scout does get saved. Its health regen will take a bit of time to heal it up. It's like 0.5 a second. It's like 0.25. Scout stays alive. More farms being established there. Can build more farms. Run for another mill to collect the berries as well. The French player has enough resources to age up again. Going for the guild hall. I would recommend blue to go for the red palace over here. Though, I wonder if the College of Artillery got buffed. I think it's been well over a year since last I've seen that. Knight charge way forward, a couple spearmen to intercept. Or lance, or royal knight, I should say. That seems all the same. Berkshire Palace, Warren Palace, still all seems fine. Let's see now. College Artillery still produces, which do 30% more damage. Royal Artillery versions unlock the artillery ability for all cannons. And contains. Wait, Revolve can get an artillery ability? Oh, just all the Royal Cannon. Yeah, Royal Cannon. Contains siege and gunpowder technologies, train units, and research technology 50% faster. So 30% increased firepower Revolquin. The problem is, it's hard enough to even make a regular Revolquin useful. If they're just not situationally good, it's not necessarily, I don't know. It seems like on paper this should be amazing, but I've rarely ever seen them excellent. Occasionally good, most of the time just not useful. And with the Red Palace being such an immensely powerful defensive placement, there's no reason why not to go for it. Well, either way, both players are now aged up. We do have, of course, the King's Palace from another town center here. The French do build villagers slightly faster. Got a nice little contingent force here now. Oh, we've got the boar being obtained. The English boar is actually spawned pretty close by, so the English player could still grab it, even though he's more focused on farms. It's pretty close by, and still has a lot of delicious meat inside of him. Crossbowman's got a good volley there. Longbowman as well. That Royal Knight took a bit of beating. He does a Veteran Royal Knight upgrade. We've got another monk on the field with two more, another one on the way. When it comes to relics, nobody's claimed any relics. Got one down here and here. One right here, which will probably go in favor of the English. This one is in the actual river itself, so that Pope Love is blood's getting extra soggy. And this one way up here. A veteran spearman research now on the way from the English player. Not a big surprise. The French tend to go heavy on Arbaletiers and on Royal Knights. So if the English player goes heavy in spearmen, he could go for Revolquins. But it's probably still better just go for Springolds. I think Springolds right now are just better versus infantry than Revolquins. So in Revolquins, like any gunpowder unit, doesn't really care what they shoot at. That village drew the short straw. It's our Royal Knight there. Got some more of Magenta's forces here. We got the veteran longbowman, veteran spearman, and the lumber preservation. does English player have siege engineers? Not yet. Oh, nice use of palings. These things are such a rare thing to see. It's like an actual deployment of them in a reasonable position. He's also set up an angle where he stays out of range of the town center, but able to harass the villagers on the gold. So we got really good palings being deployed out there. Up north, he does get spotted. A couple villagers trying to hide away in the outpost. Scout heading north, more forces here. They want to get guys out of there to get more guys building. Scout may go down here. No arrow emplacement or anything of that sort. Exotic Doggo does go down. Royal Knights intercept some forces. Very nice. Get a lot of free kills there, but some of these villagers may go down. Monk does not wall. Outpost now being built. Up north. Let's get some rounds onto that crossbowman. Good number of Royal Knights here. I wonder if he has chivalry researched. It all seems to be at full health. A couple outposts here. With the amount of defensive units or light units here, maybe a good idea to go for an arrow in place to increase the range of defensive arrows. We do have now a 4-siege workshop there. Could go for a trebuchet or batting rams. Maganel wouldn't be half bad either. Royal Knights find some more reinforcements there. Exotic Doggo was also in the mix. Exotic Doggo does go down. Got a monk here trying to pick up this relic. Blue has his own monk there trying to pick up that relic. Purple's claim 2 picked up a 3rd. Blue's has picked up a 2nd. French player has enough gold to age on up. Let's check the guild hall if we have opportunity. A decent amount of food reserves, so the French player is getting pretty close of aging up. Idle village there. It looks like they're cooking up berries. And when I say the word berries, it just always reminds me of a Jeremy and Star video. I think it was involving Daisy, or what was that zombie game that did not do very well? That was based off an armor mod. AZ, right? Either way, if we have the longbowman getting engaged, crossbowmen were microed back away from the Royal Knights so to get more damage done. But overall, there's a large mass of Royal Knights here. They have taken a fair amount of damage there. Really hope it does take another Royal Knight upon retreat. I thought I heard Trebuchet deploy in the field. I may be mistaken. A couple things on fire, so maybe there was a Trebuchet. Probably really hopes he has a chivalry researched. We do have another Trebuchet there. Chivalry is being researched now. Secondary town center now getting hit. Town center is starting to get repaired on up. Spearman does go down there. And does take out a couple of those units here. We do have Magenta pushing forward over here. Townsend taking some more hits. Royal Knights going straight for the Trebuchet. does impale him and does take out the trebuchet there. Everything else here is starting to get set ablaze. Couple outposts here. Does get them garrison. The villagers either way is going to be going down. Royal Knights receiving a lot of good health regen from Chivalry. Horseman Spearman trying to stop them. Keyword and trying part. Melee armor now being researched by the French. And a good number of these villagers are going down. The English player does spear number of villagers since he does have triple town center production. The French player now only has 1.25 at the moment. Oh, 90 villagers is still a good amount, and he's going to be quickly catching up the English player because the English player's probably not going for too many extra villagers. These ones need to start running away. They are far too wounded to stick around. More horsemen being employed on the field. Got these forces. Some of those knights are maybe going down, but we got some of these villagers getting hit there. French player can't be losing villagers at the moment. Or knights now engaging. Going for the red palace right. Oh. College of Artillery. We are going to see the College of Artillery. Royal Knights taking a large amount of damage there. Blue does have a higher destroyed value at the moment. And more Magenta's reinforcements coming on in. Maybe we'll see Royal Rebalquins. The College of Artillery is complete. So you get both French cannon and Royal Culverins. What? Does this... Does not require set up the fires, so I think it is the post-change changes to the Culverins, not the anti-siege weapon Culverins. So, wonder why he has access to both. Like, they're effectively the same thing, right? By the way, got some Royal Rebalquins now before the field. We were doing 55 damage times 12. Whatever that entails. Does have, of course, the inherent 10 melee armor. But, of course, low range armor. Biggest problem for them is still the range aspect. And didn't kill off a single unit there. Another one on the high ground firing. This is the part I don't understand about the thing. They either overkill or just don't kill anything. Maybe because they interrupt the barrage, and I was like, sure, so I'm gonna get that one repaired on up. I think these things are just overall just need to be reworked. As a gunpowder version of Mangonels. They just do damage in the area rather than trying to do some sort of weird burst thing. Horsemen being somehow good in numbers. They do get trained pretty quickly in the College of Artillery, 50% faster training speed. Going for the unique research now. Increase the health and armor, very useful for the Rebalquins. That's university tech. Increased axles as well, which is of course not a university tech. Stuff being reinforced. We do now have the Woundguard Palace being blown field for all the fun units. Against all the horsemen, Woundguard Footmen seem like a good option to me. Let's see. Blacksmiths. Should go for more upgrades, of course. More upgrades here, including Spyglass.
Or ça, bien vous plaise l'achèvement.
So what is the real purpose of going for Royal Culverins as opposed to Royal Cannons? They get the artillery shot ability, like... Is this just some sort of leftover? The Royal Culverin? Like, what's the advantage of the Royal Culverin over the Royal Cannon? It costs us 25 more wood and 50 less gold. I don't know. If somebody could tell me what's the real advantage of the Royal Cauldron over the Royal Cannon, just let me know now. Because beforehand, it was meant to be an anti-siege weapon like the Spring Gold, but of course that whole big rework. Part of me wonders if that Royal Cauldron still retains the anti-siege aspect. Maybe it was never changed to begin with, but I doubt that's going to be the case. That would have been spotted a long time ago. Chemistry, Elite Horseman. Good number of horsemen field. A couple are, of course, the Royal Rebalquins. And here's the thing as well, I'm probably butchering this name the entire time. Rebal Dequins. Yeah. Maybe these guys will work better if their burst duration was actually longer, so they potentially get a retarget. Maybe they should work like some of the Company Heroes 2, where they can fire partial volleys and then reload once it gets completed. I'm not sure, it's something to get them a bit of rework. They do have 5 visible barrels with 12 shots that fire really quickly, so... Spearmen do cleaned on up. Down south got some forces here. Of course, got a keep for the cost reduction aura. They actually got a pretty good volley there. Maybe it's hard to tell what's going on. Maybe they're a little bit buggy to use in general. This one? Oh yeah, Greased Axle's been researched, so it is moving faster now. Oral Knight's getting a bit of health for Gen going. Enclosure's now being researched. Good number of horsemen being floated out, and there's a good number of villagers there can be called. 83 versus 136 villagers, so blue is behind the villager count, and magenta is locking down that trade post. A number of horsemen going for a nice little flank there. Pushing down that wall, these are French stone walls. He does have this gold deposit within Sphere of Influence as well. So the French player does have some gold income, but that's going to be rapidly seized. Another 2,500 gold left there. Trying to torch down some of the stuff here. Got a good number of French horsemen over here. The gold hole's probably tasked with gold at the moment. That is a Royal Cannon. So cavalry's going for horsemen. There's a good hole. Has some gold, has 1,400 inside of it. Very good. Horsemen straightforward. Got the Palace of Kings here. We've got some elite knights, which these guys should actually be pretty good against them. They should, with 50 damage times 12. That is a lot of damage. What was that? 660 damage, excluding armor. So they should be good against individual knights. We do have some Warguard Rangers being put on the field, a very fun unit. I think Warguard Footmen overall would be the best choice versus all these horsemen, since they do have a bit of anti-cavalry damage. Oh, okay, that time that one was pretty good. Took out 3 knights in one volley. So is it good versus cavalry? I don't understand how it exactly works. It's hard to just watch and see. It does break open the market there. Villagers here starting to be engaged. So the Rebalquin are doing quite good versus Spearmen and Knights after all their melee units. They still have horrible range armor. Even with siege works. Does find a good number of these villagers, which they managed to trap a good number before getting inside the keep, so only 1 villager got inside at the moment. Only 8 villagers got into safe harbor, and the keep itself will just be torched. Couple of Balkans here. Kills off those villagers trying to rebuild those walls. Got a big ground of spearmans here. Does find some more basic walls there, but can be gone around. Spearmen engaging the horsemen now. Looks like this just horseman play is a good way to work with the less number of villagers. Not to mention just being ultra mobile, while the English players going for not mobile with all the spearmen. A very nice dynamic there. Even though spearmen counter the horsemen, if the horsemen just simply not engage the spearmen most of the time, you can just simply avoid it, or engage small groups of spearmen with larger numbers, and pick up on the move. Doesn't have the Royal Bloodlines research just yet. Oh, there's going for Royal Bloodlines now. Got elite arm text for the English player. Yeah, so say go for Warrenguard Footmen. As much as I love Warrenguard Rangers, which he may be going for them to counter the Rebalquans, seeing they have such low range armor. Yeah, 35% is not a lot. Warrenguard Rangers actually probably would be a good item in this situation, because Rebalquans are stuck at 3.75 range, and Rebalquan and the elite Warrenguard Rangers have like 9.5 range with Silk Bowstring. Nicely take out that Rebalquan. The French player is going for a large number of horsemen. Both sides are going for a gold lackluster army. French player has 1,000 gold. The English player only has 200, so definitely spending all his gold on those Warrenguard Rangers. Hope he has the arrow volley ability, and these horsemen taking a fair amount of damage there. Number of villagers there. This wood heavy playstyle does cost a lot of wood. The Wood of Funk. More horsemen there. Does have the artillery shot ability. Loads his cannon with artillery shot that has increased range of 5,000, 30% more damage. Can only target buildings. Basically, simply put, it is a 15-tile artillery shot ability. To basically do something close to a Hui Hui Pow. Warrenguard Rangers backing him off. Horsemen, of course, their natural counter. No incendiary arrows or anything of that sort. No silk bowstring. As much as like the Warrenguard Rangers, they're simply not upgraded enough to really be supported. English player is lacking a lot of blacksmith research as well. There's an opening here, so the horseman can slip on by. More horsemans there. Walls are still exposed here, so these horsemen can go straight to his opponent's base, and nothing's stopping them. It's increased damage by 30%. With 78, so 800, increase that damage by 30%. Close, let's just round it up to a nice even 1,000 damage shot versus buildings, which is pretty good. Remember spearman's there. These players have an army size of 100 versus 76. So Springals and Rebalquans both be useful against all of these spearmen. Silk Bowstring now being researched. Push right forward there. Has to basically rely on a single Rebalquan deal with all these spearmen. But it's getting hit pretty hard by the Warrenguard Rangers. Without the incendiary arrows, it's hard to tell, but they were actually hitting him and rip apart that Rebalquan quite easily. So Springballs may be a better option at this moment. Much more range, so it's easy to keep safe. Not much cheaper. Spearman now engaging, trying to hit those Warrenguard Rangers. Another Rebalquan here, getting hit by the Warrenguard Rangers quite hard. It's sort of interesting. I think not going for incendiary arrows may actually make it a little bit easier to pick up the Rebalquans, since it's just harder to see those arrows. Let's take it out there. This terrain is pretty light, so it's somewhat hard to see those arrows. Pile of dead horsemen there. 2 landmarks destroyed by blue. Capital's going down. This is annihilation victory right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trying to mass repair the capital. Villagers getting hit pretty hard there. Capital has been destroyed. I don't think he can... Yeah, I think this base rush is not going to work out. Blue's lost a good number of villagers. Blue is lacking food, gold, and wood. The capital is being rebuilt pretty quickly. The village is safe enough. No arrow volley just yet. Going for the bombard there. Town center is still not built. You can see by the not accessible. Spearmen engaging these units. Horsemen, of course, are going to be very useful against these battering rams. The French player is down to 30, 29 villagers. The English player is going for another round of stone walls there. I think the French player is done for at this moment in time. He has no villagers. Has a bit of stone to work with. Collects a bit more wood. Can get that secondary town center going. But I don't think he can mount another assault to clean up now 2 landmarks. He should realize his counter's going down. The Roaring Guard Palace is about to get recompleted. Has a good contingent of spearmans here. Goes with big ground stone walls here, and with that, that's closing in the noose on the French player. Not all the segments have been ghosted just yet. So there is still room to maneuver. But these stone walls are just simply a hard counter to these horsemen, since they can't do anything to them. More spearmen. That's all he really needs. English player stockpiling gold. He actually has pretty much access to all the gold deposits and has 0 villagers on gold at the moment. Simply does not need to collect any gold at the moment. Still should go for more blacksmith upgrades. Spearmen push forward to the capital. Blue's trying to push way forward, but there's a pile of stone walls there, and yeah, the spearmen don't need to be there. Saw a couple arrows up there, or those just these villagers firing away must be. For Balkans, don't do sea damage. They should not be able to attack those wall segments. Oh, they can. Huh, did not realize they can. And since they are Royal Balkans, they actually do 5 damage per bullet, so they can actually do damage to stone walls. I thought that you had the siege type to do damage to walls. I guess I was mistaken there. Oh, either way, Guildhall is being set ablaze. Could withdraw from Blast Smoke. Call artillery going for Royal Artillery. But that means these landmarks quickly go on down to the Spearmans. Everything going down over here, including the university. A couple more spearmen down south. No villagers down here to build a proxy siege workshop. Build another line of stone walls, why not? I forget, can stone towers be torched by cavalry and infantry units there? If not, then put some stone towers there. Oh, looks like they died from dysentery. The French player is out of villagers. I think they may be chatting or something of that sort at the moment. Outpost being upgraded. French player has, yeah. That game's over. I think they're just a little bit idle at the moment. I'm just going to fast forward. Just way forward, with another stone round of stone walls there, so they can't do much. The Royal Artillery does manage to break through that stone gate. And we've got a good contingent of spearmen there, but they're pretty stacked up. He's got one of the Balkans there with the Warngard Rangers. Without incendiaries, it's really hard to see them being picked off this map terrain. All the Balkans go down. Taking out the Council Hall. All the landmarks have been rebuilt. Actually, no, the King's Palace is not. And Blue does back the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.